Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscription. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is a collective reading, so I do speak in broad terms. You have to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. It is not, if it doesn't fit, that's okay. If it doesn't make sense to your situation, it doesn't mean it's broken or wrong. It just might mean that you're working on something different at this time. It's originally created for Monday the 31st of October. Happy Halloween, y'all. And but it's not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date and it still applies and makes sense, by all means utilize the reading. Please, if you're new, check out the drop-down menu underneath any of my daily videos. In there is some housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about when utilizing the channel, how to contact me for a private reading, what decks I'm using, and also easy ways to support the channel. You can always hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy my content, subscribe to the channel, share the video out, and leave me a question or comment. So let's see what the card is for today. I will be referring back to the underpinning energy, which is the Sunday reading, which populates in the lower left-hand corner at the end of this reading. So if you hear me talking about cards you don't see in the reading, that's where I'm referencing to. So let's see what's going on today. God, I'm tired, guys. Ugh. Okay, and this is the last time we're going to see these decks. We have 2 new decks for November starting tomorrow. So our card is the Strength card. I will take her. She's associated with the sign of Leo, and she is Major Arcana. It's a blending of, to me, like strength and power, but also vulnerability and, our sort of... The lion to me represents like the masculine, the strength, the power, the authority, all of that. And then the woman that's with the lion, to me, she represents sort of our intuition, our emotions, our, insight into situations and how the two work together to move us through to success, right? There's like a harmony in this card between the two, a bravery even, right? That we might be facing a situation that requires us to be strong during it and have just determination or a set goal or task that we need to complete. But what this card tells us is that we have the strength to get there. We have the know-how, the courage, the endurance to make it happen, right? Or to make it come together. Now, the one thing I do want to say is that in the midweek card, we had, in the Sunday reading, it's the card of Temperance. So this strength can also be a quiet strength, right? Like standing in our truth or in what we know to be true for ourselves in amidst a situation or within a relationship or, a work situation, whatever it may be, however it may manifest for you. We do have the opportunity to know what we need and stand by that and be strong even in the face of, like, say, if there's any sort of challenge or adversity, we can kind of stare it straight down and utilize like all aspects of our being or ourselves, both masculine and feminine, to be, victorious is kind of a dramatic word, but that's sort of the feeling I get, is that we can be victorious. We may not be taking a lot of action, but we're standing true in our strength and in our truth so that we can maintain that Temperance card, which is Sagittarian energy in the midweek, right? This sort of sets us up for that. We have the Ace of Wands also, which is fire. So there's a lot of that Ace of Wands can be this new direction or new desire that's opening up to us. And this strength allows us to see it, believe it, attain it even, and pursue it. Whether we're taking action, which fire sign cards usually are about taking action, or whether we're just sort of more on that Temperance side of things, where we're standing in our strength, the strength of our truth, the strength of our reality, the strength of our ability, right? And then utilizing that to move us forward in a kind of calm, peaceful manner, right? So we may not necessarily need to fight. Strength doesn't indicate a fight to me. It indicates more of a resolve within us that we have, that we want to sort of maintain, be aware of, channel, touch base with and live in. The one thing that is really catching my eye in this card is that pink flower on the other side of the woman. It feels like new growth. It feels like something beautiful comes out of this strength for us, something unexpected, and that's also the influence of the Ace of Wands underneath. So be open to new opportunities or seeing new sides of ourselves, our strength, our abilities as we face this week, right? I feel like there's a turning over this week. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but the week you're reading has me feeling like a fresh perspective is upon us, and we were unaware of it, is my feeling, because we also had 2 pages in the in yesterday's reading. So there's a newness or a learning that's to take place in all of this. So this strength card could be that the surprise or the reveal of the Ace of Wands, right? This could be a renewed vigor or stance that we have that we were unaware we could either take or was within us, but it is definitely within us. Now let's look to the Wild Mystic Oracle card, and it is stillness, Aquarian energy, and the bird is heron. So I'm going to read that to you. This is about remaining calm. This is some of that temperance card that we see coming in the middle of the week. This is like the preparation of that, like preparing ourselves or getting into that mode of being strong within and finding that stillness, that answer inside of us that is our truth. So heron, this card represents stillness and serenity. Unlike bear, who inspires physical rest, the heron card signals psychological and spiritual rest. The heron is a fishing bird who relies on stillness to catch prey. As they wait patiently in a calm pond, the water becomes glassy and still. Their balance upon their stalk-like legs inspires harmony, centering, and tranquility. This card urges you to stop and take a moment to center yourself. It is a card for meditation, mindfulness, reflection, and grounding. In Korea, the heron is a symbol of grace and transcendence above the mundane world. A heron on the ground is associated with earth and waters around them, but as they take flight into the boundless air, they transcend the physical. If you have been too grounded in the material or focused on the physical, then this card urges you to look higher. If the bodily reality of a situation is too definite and painful right now, focusing on mental journeys might be safe and healing. Out-of-body experiences, visualization, and higher consciousness may be calling you as ways to get through the present situation. This card may also represent those born under the Western zodiac sign of Aquarius. Now, the shadow reading. As the heron strikes and plucks a fish from the water, the splashes of chaos take over and ripple out. Stillness may be the calm before the storm. Alternatively, the ripples of someone else's chaos may be threatening to surge into your world. The element is air or water. The flora is cypress, reed, lily of the valley, and magnolia. The stones are moss, agate, blue calcite, chrysocolla, and jade. And the spellwork is promoting inner calm and peace, quelling fear and doubt. Now, that quelling fear and doubt, and this strength card says to me, yeah, we don't have to worry, or we can be in the quiet of our stillness. We can embrace it. Remember, the grounding stone for this week is about embracing, and I feel like this strength card is telling us to embrace the sort of balance between our masculine and feminine, what our truth is, and getting in touch with that truth and really connecting to it and moving us forward with it. That heron, this heron right here facing in this direction, feels like this stillness, we take it through with us into the midweek, obviously through that temperance card that we saw in Sunday's reading, but maybe even further into the month of November, right? So keeping that, calm, cool, contemplative mind and staying strong in that and embracing that and allowing that to be your guide is going to be your strength. Let's look to the clarifiers. So the first card out is the Hanged Man. Associated with the sign of Pisces, this would be about patience also, right? With that temperance card in the midweek, and about strength, because Hanged Man is major arcana, but he's about, feeling, this is about, when I was saying with the strength card, it's maybe, us standing still or strong in our strength, not necessarily taking action per se or demanding things. The Hanged Man is that feeling of maybe being a little bit stuck or, I don't want to say victim to the situation, but being in the situation. But we have to kind of hang there and wait until the sort of the realization comes or the understanding comes. And that is also the learning that the pages have. We saw the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands in Sunday's reading. So there might be truths coming to us or awarenesses that are coming to us that may take some time. So settling into the stillness, embracing it, and being in the present moment, and, taking notes, watching for signs, signals from those around us, situations that are happening, that we're involved in, will bring us enlightenment through the Hanged Man. We just have to be patient, and we have to kind of embrace it, even if we're feeling like we're not maybe moving forward at this time. We actually are. We're gaining some sort of insight, some sort of spiritual intelligence or answer in the process. So trust that. Now, the other clarifier is the Five of Swords. There could be some discord. Five of Swords is about, trying to prove your point, and maybe doing so at a loss, or not necessarily getting your point across, alienating people or feeling alienated. If we find ourselves in arguments, it's not necessarily about arguing our way down. I don't feel like this 5 is about us. I feel like this 5 may be about a conflict coming at us or around us, right? That we're dealing with, but we're dealing with it from a place of peace, calm, reserve, or resolve. And we're learning something from it, but we have to not resist it. That's the embrace stone in all of this. That's the strength card in all of this. We want to be informed by it rather than challenged by it or in resistance to it. Now let's look, and 5s are always transitory. So this doesn't feel like a major situation, if that makes sense, but it is something that's going on today, maybe a miscommunication of some sort, or a lack of communication. This could be somebody trying to push their ideas or thoughts or position upon us, but I don't think that they're able to do so with strength and stillness here. It's about going within and finding our answers within and living by those, than by whatever this 5 of Swords represents. The last card is the 6 of Cups. Now, this is about holding on to the compassion, the nostalgia, and love while involved in whatever might be going on for you. Keeping that focus on that compassion, those connections, and understanding that even sometimes if connections or situations bring us a little discord, that doesn't mean we have to stop sort of loving the person or involving ourselves with the situation. It feels to me like, to be honest, it feels to me like don't give up is the message here today. Just wait it out, or reside in the strength of what's going on around you and the true feelings that you may have towards this situation. Keeping maybe more of a focus on the positive or the connection, the love, rather than the discord or the challenge that's going on during this time. Now, here is the grounding stone. The word is family. I believe that this is about sort of grounding in not only our own strength, but those that we love and that we're connected to. That would definitely be the influence of the 6 of Cups. We could be getting some discord from somebody that's very dear to us, is my feeling. Something could be challenging us that, we're very connected to through that 6 of Cups, and we're feeling somewhat tied or unable to move forward. But I feel like grounding in this sense of family or connection, right, is what will, I don't want to say pull us through, but that's kind of what's important here versus the discord of the 5. To me, that 5 feels more annoying, and, challenging than anything. If that makes sense, it's like an annoyance or a challenge. It's almost maybe even beneath us, and we just have to be patient and let it play out. Staying grounded in what we know to be true as far as our love, our emotions, and where those things are directed at is going to be key, right? The family aspect can be actual family, and those we're connected to through bloodlines, but it can also be about the family of one's choosing too. We can maybe rely not only on our own strength, but the strength of our connections, and look to those sources for inspiration or alignment even, because that stillness card to me feels like aligning, maybe it's going to a good friend for some advice during a challenging situation, allowing ourselves to maybe not ask for help, but find guidance from those that we care deeply about. or that we're very connected to. Maybe they have something to show us about who we are or what we're made of. Does that make sense? That is your reading today. I hope it does. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. And I look forward to seeing the new decks and how they play out. I'm really excited about them. And leave me a question, comment, and all of that stuff. And I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.